Hello guys, Tonk here, coming in with the third Ask Tonk video series where you can post your questions and I will do my best to answer them. Today's question comes from Chuckle Taylor and he says, why thermal optics over zoom optics? I find it difficult to hit precise shots without zoom optics. Great videos by the way. Well, thank you Chuckle. I never really use zoom optics a lot. Once I unlock thermal, I instantly switch to it. And the reason for this is I've played a lot of Battlefield 3, where if you played in the main battle tank, you didn't have zoom optics, or if you wanted, you would have to switch your only countermeasure, which back then was smoke, for zoom. Since I didn't do that because playing with no countermeasure in BF3 was just a death sentence, I always played without zoom or thermal because I had smoke. I would sometimes switch to thermal on Sena Crossing and Damavan because their thermal was really good and smoke wasn't so good. And I liked how I could see everything so clear and nice. So once I heard that in Battlefield 4 that you can have thermal without trading off your countermeasures, I was really hyped for it. I thought that was great. Wow, you know, I could have thermal and my smoke and stuff, and I was looking forward to it. Zoom optic, in my opinion, is a beginner's tank optic. It's stock, you know, it comes with the tank the first you enter it in the game. If you just install Battlefield 4 and you enter in the tank, a zoom optic will be the first thing you have, you know, and it will take maybe a round or two for you to unlock thermal optics. And as soon as I unlocked thermal optics in Battlefield 4, I instantly switched to it, and I never switched back to zoom. My problem with zoom optics is that it doesn't offer you such greater visibility to see enemy infantry and stuff. You know, places where they would usually hide, where you would see them with a thermal, you wouldn't see them with zoom unless you really looked carefully. You know, and I'm not such a tanker that I would look carefully in a bush if I had zoom optics to see if somebody's there. With thermal, I can just press my optic button and I would see them if they were there. But all in all, it's just a matter of practice, to be honest. Sometimes I can hit extreme range shots with HNG, sometimes I can't. It really depends on how I'm playing or how I'm feeling that day, or do I feel for playing tank. You know, if my aim is bad, then I switch to LMG because LMG is a bit more forgiving. Another gripe I have with zoom optic is that once you do zoom in, it basically reduces your field of view to like 60, making you an easy target for some good old C4 mojo or RPG mambo jumbo. And I don't like that. I don't like to be vulnerable while I'm aiming at something. You know, when I'm aiming with thermal, at least I can see people approaching to me from left or right side, you know, and I like that. I rarely, really rare, whether I'm playing with Mrs. Daddy or not, I rarely get C4'd while I'm shooting another infantry guy or while I'm playing in a tank. And I can remember back when I used the zoom optic on my previous games really early, I would get C4'd maybe like 50% more than I did with thermal, and that's what I didn't like about zoom optics. I would though recommend zoom optics for defensive tankers. It's in my opinion such a situational thing, the zoom optics, while the thermal is so versatile, and I like versatility. I mean, I take anything versatile Battlefield 4 gives me, and thermal is a very versatile optic. That's why I'm using it. The maps where I would think zoom optic would work for me if I was a defensive tanker would be holding Delta flag and Alpha flag on Dawnbreaker from the Chinese side, because you can now then really nice lock that seaside road. They would approach with quad bikes, tanks, or they would run to it. For that, I'm thinking it might be good, you know. Or another map, I'm thinking a road transmission, holding down Charlie and Delta, regardless of which side you are. Once you go below the dash, you hold Charlie, you can maybe easily see them coming from Bravo or from Echo, and they have to run down that little hill to come to you, and maybe I'm thinking there it would work if I would ever to use it. If you are a defensive tanker, however, and you like to hold on flanks and deny the enemy infantry pushes, then by all means, give it a try, I guess. I would never use it myself, just for a reason that I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that I'm not used to it, and it really doesn't fit my playstyle. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the support. Soon I'm having a gameplay commentary coming up, and more things. Thank you for watching and bye bye.